Should religion be taught in schools? I mean, just ask that question in pretty much any room, and you're almost guaranteed to start an argument.
But here's the thing. What if the answer isn't as simple as just yes or no?
What if the real reason we all get so tangled up in this debate is, well, because we're asking the completely wrong question?
See, the real debate shouldn't be if we teach it, but what exactly we're teaching. And it all boils down to this really critical difference between what we'll call religious knowledge and religious culture.
Okay, let's unpack that. Religious knowledge, that's the academic stuff. The whole point is just to understand this incredible landscape of human beliefs. It's kind of like a biology class, right? You're there to study all life forms, the whole ecosystem, not just, say, one single animal. But then you have religious culture, and that's totally different. That's about instilling the beliefs of one particular group. It's devotional, it's pretty narrow, and really, its goal is indoctrination, not education.
So what this really means is we've got to flip the whole thing on its head. The goal should be to teach religious knowledge, the facts, the history, the stories, while at the same time we're fostering a moral culture. Because let's be real, morality isn't something you just memorize from a textbook, it's a culture. It's something you have to live to actually experience.
Okay, so if this distinction is so clear, why is it so hard for us to grasp?
Well, to get to the bottom of that, we have to dig a little deeper into the psychology of belief itself. Like, why do we believe anything in the first place?
And it turns out, not all beliefs are created equal. Nope, they actually serve two very, very different psychological purposes for us.
So on one hand, you've got what are called pacifying beliefs. These are the easy ones. They give you simple, comforting answers that frankly save you from the effort of having to think too hard. Just follow the rules and you'll get a reward. Simple. But then on the other side, you have developing beliefs. And these are the tough ones. They demand that you're constantly questioning, constantly growing. They push you to be in this state of development, to question everything, to find a deeper truth.
And this right here is the absolute core of the problem. So many of the world's great religions started out as these incredibly profound, developing belief systems. But somewhere along the line, they got transformed, simplified, turned into these simple, pacifying sets of rules. A grand journey of discovery became, for many, just a checklist for getting a reward.
Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Okay, fine, let's just get rid of belief systems altogether. But it's just not that simple. Because here's the thing, whether we want to admit it or not, every single one of us has faith in something.
And I mean every worldview. Even staunch atheism, even pure scientific materialism. They all rely on a set of untestable metaphysical assumptions. These are just the basic truths you have to accept on faith just to make sense of the world around you.
Here's a simple way to think about it. Without those base-level assumptions, you couldn't even be sure that the coffee in your cup isn't poison. You just have faith that it's safe to drink. And that simple assumption, that little act of faith, allows you to function and go about your day.
So why is this so fundamental to being human? Well, it's because our belief systems are basically our primary psychological shield. They're what protect us from the absolutely paralyzing anxiety of knowing that we're going to die. We're the only animals who walk around fully aware of our own mortality, and belief is the tool we develop to navigate that terrifying reality.
Okay, so all of this brings us to a crossroads, to two very, very different paths we can take when it comes to education. You've got the path of propaganda, and you've got the path of true knowledge. Let's be honest, the way it's often done now, it's basically propaganda. You teach one tiny little sect of one religion. And what does that do? It fosters division, tribalism. The result is you create people who are trained to see what's different about everyone else. Now the ideal model, the knowledge model, is the opposite. You teach the whole spectrum of human belief systems. That fosters empathy, a common language. And the result there? You get people who see our shared struggles, our common humanity.
So what's the endgame with this true knowledge approach? It's about 1. Understanding all the diverse narratives that we humans have come up with. 2. Fostering a common language so we can actually talk to each other. 3. Developing real, genuine empathy for different worldviews. And 4, the big one, creating intellectually mature global citizens. To put it another way, having a real, global religious knowledge doesn't just make you smart, it's what makes a person a true world leader.
All right, let's wrap this up with one last thought. Because when you really strip everything else away, this choice isn't just about a subject in the school curriculum. It's much, much bigger than that.
It's about what kind of human beings we want to create.
So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. If a true education in religious knowledge creates world leaders, what exactly is our current system creating?